I'm going to England next summer, so I want to learn as much English as I can. So I started taking an English class at the local community center. I didn't know one word of English when I started this class. Even from day one, I had no idea what was going on. The teacher spoke slowly, but I still couldn't understand anything. My classmates seemed to know at least a little English, but I felt completely lost. I remember looking around the classroom, hoping someone would explain what was happening. Sometimes I mixed up simple words like book, table, and chair. Other times I couldn't remember how to introduce myself. It was frustrating, but I kept reminding myself that every expert was once a beginner. One thing that really helped me was practicing every single day. I started by learning just 5 new words each morning. Then I wrote those words in a notebook and tried to use them in simple sentences. At first, my sentences were very short, but little by little they became longer and more natural. I also began listening to English every day. I watched short videos, listened to podcasts for beginners, and played English songs while I was cooking or cleaning. At first, I understood almost nothing. It sounded like everyone was speaking too fast. But after a few weeks, I started recognizing familiar words and simple expressions. That gave me confidence to keep going. Reading became another important part of my learning routine. I bought a beginner's English book with short stories. Whenever I found a new word, I looked it up in a dictionary and wrote down its meaning. Sometimes I had to read the same paragraph 3 or 4 times before I understood it, but I didn't give up. Every page I finished made me feel a little more confident. Speaking was probably the hardest skill for me. I was afraid of making mistakes, and I worried that people would laugh at my pronunciation. However, my teacher always encouraged us to speak without fear. She said that mistakes are part of learning, and that nobody becomes fluent without making them. Those words changed my attitude completely. After class, I started practicing English with my classmates. We greeted each other, asked simple questions, and talked about our daily lives. Our conversations were short, but they became better every week. Sometimes we laughed because we made funny mistakes, but we learned from them instead of feeling embarrassed. At home, I practiced speaking in front of a mirror. I introduced myself, described my room, talked about my hobbies, and even pretended that I was giving an interview. Although it felt a little strange at first, it helped me become more comfortable speaking English out loud. Today, I can understand simple conversations, read short stories, and speak English with much more confidence than before. I still make mistakes, but I don't feel afraid anymore because I know that mistakes are part of learning. When I think about my first day in class, I can't believe how much I have improved.